Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Choosing can be difficult and kind of overwhelming if you're trying to relocate to my town. There's so many different neighborhoods and maybe laws and conveniences that are different. You could get a headache considering every angle, but will it be the Burbs for you in Philadelphia and the Burbs, or will it, with this rich history and amazing hoagies or cheesesteaks, or will it be South Jersey close to the beach and the boardwalk, nibbling some funnel cake or some mango pizza there in Ocean City boardwalk? Love that. Now, there's only a bridge separating the two, but they're two different worlds. They're so apart from each other. In many ways, though, they're closer than you think in others. So the data suggests that the New Jersey's population, though, is dropping, with 70.5 more New Jerseyans are just moving out of the state than there are new residents moving in. So if you're scratching your head trying to figure out why, well, maybe it's because of all those dead bodies found in the Pine Barrens by Tony Soprano's guys. Who knows? Diane Cardano here, and believe me, nobody knows this area like I do. I've lived here all my life. I've helped hundreds of people choose Pennsylvania or New Jersey, and I can help you too. So we can have, you could have a permanent residence in PA and have a summer fun home in New Jersey. It's kind of what I do. Many Pennsylvania residents hop to the Jersey Shore every weekend in the summer. So if you need help narrowing down your options and finding the right neighborhood, be sure to reach out anytime. My contact information is below. You can also schedule a call with me at dianescalendar.com. So let's get started. So if you need to get from Philly into Jersey or vice versa, you have to travel over the Delaware River. And the river winds in its way through many towns and cities, and it kind of separates New Jersey and Philadelphia, right? So the river's navigable tidal section, it served as a conduit for shipping and transportation that really developed both PA and New Jersey bordering cities, which would be Camden and New Jersey and Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. So to get from New Jersey to Philly, you need to travel across one of these bridges, such as the Ben Franklin or the Walt Whitman or the Tacony Palmyra, the Delaware Memorial Bridge, just to name a few. Now, all the bridges have what's called Easy Pass and require a toll one way or the other. So traveling to and from these states on a regular basis could get a little expensive. So let's start comparing the cost of living in Philly and the Burbs and South Jersey, and you'll see it's a major factor deciding between the two areas. So according to local voters in a recent community poll I looked up at citydata.com, that 77% of the residents prefer living in around the Philadelphia suburbs to commuting into the city from homes in New Jersey due to the cost of living. So since there's a lot to unpack here, I'm going to start with the biggest concern, which I think as being in real estate is housing prices. So if you're starting your search for your home, you may be in some sticker shock depending on what neighborhoods you are researching. The square footage and the age of the home and say property taxes. Vovoto.com, they have a list of the top 10 most expensive Philadelphia suburbs and includes 8 Pennsylvania suburbs, for example, while only 2 are in New Jersey. But in general, home prices across the bridge in the New Jersey burbs are slightly less expensive than their PA counterparts. So this is mostly due to, I would say, less desirable neighborhoods and higher property taxes overall. Therefore, there's plenty of opportunity to build equity in a standard 3, say, or 4-bedroom home in New Jersey if you truly decide New Jersey is right for you. That said, professionals like myself are here to help you sort through all your options and find the best deals for you. Now, there are plenty of more affordable suburbs right outside of Center City in Pennsylvania. It's kind of where I live, that are just perfect for commuting, like Glenside, Jenkintown, Flowertown, things like that. So give me a call and we can talk about it. Now, of course, housing prices are just the beginning, so let's address another massive difference in costs, which would be just taxes. First, we'll talk about property taxes. And when it comes to choosing between Philadelphia burbs and the burbs in New Jersey, I think it can be a game changer. Matter of fact, most of the people I work with choose Pennsylvania because of the taxes and the tax structure in New Jersey. Now, New Jersey has one of the highest property tax rates in the nation. We're talking an average of about, I think, 2.47% of the home's value. So, for example, a $400,000 property in New Jersey, the average taxes are around $10,000, and that's not pocket change because, on the other hand, we have Philadelphia, which offers lower property tax rates. So, if you're looking at an average of about 0.99% of the home's value, therefore, taxes for that same $400,000 property taxes are only about $4,000. Or if you're going to be living in the Burbs, about $5,000 a year. Now, that's more like it and more affordable. But don't think you're escaping completely unscathed. Philadelphia might have lower taxes, but they sneak in a city wage tax if you work and live within the city limits, which averages out about 3.87% for residents and 3.5% for non-residents from your paycheck. And now, don't forget about the state income tax. So with New Jersey, you're looking at a progressive rate, and they range from, I think, from 1.4% to like almost 11%, and that's kind of a roller coaster ride. Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, it prefers to keep things simple. They have a flat tax rate of 3.07%. So whether you enjoy the thrill of fluctuating tax rates or prefer a steady ride, keep these numbers in mind when planning your move. Now, what tax in New Jersey has that PA doesn't have is an exit tax, so which is a tax on the capital gains when you sell a home and then you move to another state. Now, you don't get this tax if you stay in New Jersey for a year after you sell this property. Now, the New Jersey exit tax requires you to withhold either 8.97% of your profit or capital gain you make on selling your home, or 2% of the total sale price, whichever is higher. The homeowner, the seller, must pay this tax before leaving the state, even if there's no gain from the sale. But the state considers all that once the year-end income tax is filed, and if you do not owe money, you get that money back, but it takes forever. Lastly, inheritance tax. New Jersey wins, as in New Jersey, there's no inheritance or estate tax between, for example, a parent or child, grandparent, etc. But in Pennsylvania, the tax is 4.5% unless it's to a surviving spouse or a child under 21 years old. Now that what I call the budget busters are covered, let's talk about the everyday expenses. So while groceries and dinners out and the most retail purchases are very close and pricey, PA wins when it comes to daycare costs, which is a massive expense for most young families. You could pay up to $600 more per child in New Jersey, but on New Jersey's pro list is liquor. It's cheaper and easier to find because here in PA we have state stores specifically for liquor. And if you have to plan ahead, because you can't always buy it on Sundays, probably not a deal breaker, but a win if you love those Sunday Bloody Marys. So somehow New Jersey also has cheaper fuel prices, which is surprising, but you can't pump your own gas in New Jersey. Seriously, this is weird for anyone who doesn't grow up in New Jersey, but New Jersey is one of the only two states, the other one is Oregon, where attendants are waiting to pump gas for you when you pull up. Now, I have some more transportation and commuting stuff a little bit later, but since I'm talking numbers, let's dive deeper into the populations of these two areas and how they rank with higher education. Philadelphia, they have a population of over 1.5 million, making it the sixth largest city in the U.S. But when you cast the net a little wider to include the suburbs like Abington or King of Prussia and the many boroughs and townships, the population shoots up to 6 million. In contrast, the Garden State, the whole state of New Jersey, is home to nearly 9 million people spread across the whole state from the shorelines of Cape May to the bustling streets of Newark. Yet only 1.9 million live in South Jersey, and that kind of competes with the Philly and the suburbs. Now, onto the brains of this whole comparison here. Philly is home to the Ivy League powerhouse, University of Pennsylvania, where Elon Musk and John Legend once roamed the halls. Now, let's not forget Temple and Drexel, and adding to the educational diversity of the city. Meanwhile, New Jersey's got Princeton, which has produced presidents, Supreme Court justices, and even Amazon's Jeff Bezos. Plus, with many other schools like Rutgers and Seton Hall, New Jersey certainly holds its own in higher education. Now, our most famous residents really make an imprint on the culture of these two areas, which leads me to our next comparison. So when it comes to, say, lifestyle and culture, we definitely have some similarities, like our general, what's called the cool factor. Jersey is well known for being the home of the boss himself, Bruce Springsteen, Frank Sinatra, and Bon Jovi. But Philly also has its home to one of the world's largest musical talents, from Patti LaBelle to The Roots or Perry Como to Will Smith, Pink, and say Hall Notes. And we've got a heck of a list. So if that doesn't sway your vote, our next topic might. Let's talk about food. Now, New Jersey is just as known for its pork rolls and boardwalk fries, but there is plenty to enjoy throughout the state. So whether you're enjoying mouth-watering Indian cuisine in Edison to the rich Italian pastas of the Hoboken, New Jersey, they have plenty on its plate. And as the diner capital of the world, residents can enjoy everything. The diners are great in New Jersey, from fluffy pancakes at dawn to juicy burgers at midnight. perfect for a night out on the town. I did a video about some of my favorite restaurants in Philly and the Burbs. The link is below if you want to check it out. But let me just say I've traveled all over, and I still think Philly has some of the best food in the world. And if you can get the chance to check it out, you should visit Philly's Reading Terminal Market. It's like the United Nations of food, all deliciously coexisting under one roof. But do you want to weigh in? Let me know what your favorite restaurants are. So next, what about the views? Well, Jersey may win some serious points with its coastline and its 44 different beach towns to explore. Now, not everyone is a winner, but there are some gems there in Jersey Shore. My favorites are the South Jersey Shore, like Ocean City and Avalon and Sea Isle and Margate and Ventnor. They're just beautifully well kept and great communities to spend time in the summer months. But the rest of the state, I won't lie, it's kind of flat and boring, especially when just across the river, we got PA, as our residents here enjoy fast access to scenic forests, we've got hikes, valleys and waterfalls, and we got the Valley Forge Park, all kinds of different parks. And for those who simply have to stick their feet in the sand every once in a while, you can get to the New Jersey Shore in just over an hour when you leave at the right time. So it may just pay to save your tax money and live in Pennsylvania and just go to Jersey on the weekend. Of course, regardless of the culture, chances are you'll need a good job to afford to have fun around the town. So let's get down to business. Let's talk about job opportunities. Philadelphia and the buzzing suburbs might just be your career paradise if you're hunting for work in the financial, healthcare, or education sectors, with power players like Vanguard, Independence Blue Cross, and the University of Pennsylvania. There's a lot of growth potential here, and let's not forget the thriving tech scene of Silicon Valley. Meet your East Coast cousin, as I call it. Now, over in the Garden State, pharmaceuticals and healthcare are the largest industries, with companies like Johnson & Johnson and Merck. But don't overlook the rise of the logistics and warehousing sector, thanks to New Jersey's prime location. That said, sectors like manufacturing have been slowing down a bit, so kind of keep that in mind. So whether you're a white-collar scientist, a blue suit banker, a tech guru, or logistics wizard, Philly and New Jersey have thriving industries worth considering. As always, all about finding the right fit for your career goals, and we can talk about that when we meet. And unless you're working remotely, you'll need to know how to get around town. So transportation differences are really big between Philly and New Jersey. You can save yourself money on a vehicle, gas, insurance, and public transportation in PA. Plus, many walkable cities and towns surround Philadelphia versus the need for a car. You need to have a car if you're in New Jersey. So when you're in PA and you have the itch to visit the Big Apple or take a selfie with the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., you're only a hop, skip, and train ride away from New York City or D.C. So it's a nice location. So we're talking less than 2 hours to New York City and about 2.5 hours to D.C. on Amtrak. Plus, with SEPTA, you can easily explore Philly and its scenic suburbs even without a car. So now cruising over to New Jersey is like having VIP access to major cities. Like New Jersey Transit is awesome. It will zip you right into Manhattan in no time. But here's the thing that Google Maps doesn't lie, my friends. See that red on the map here? That's Jersey's traffic. And there's a lot of traffic in Jersey. So enough is said on that one. So what's the verdict? If you're looking for a seamless city hopping or just breezing through charming neighborhoods, Philly edges out over New Jersey, and there are traffic jams. So how's the scorecard adding up for you? Both places have a lot to offer. It all comes down to what suits your lifestyle best, whether it's the historical charm of Philly or the boardwalk culture of New Jersey and the beaches. Your perfect place is out there. Just have to figure it out. Now it's your turn. Tell us in the comments which place you're leaning towards and why. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more great videos about Philly and the surrounding suburbs. And we'll see you on the next video.